Hi everyone, welcome back to another For Those Who Code video. This channel is where we learn and share skills about design and development. If you want to grow your skills and learn new things that's coming up, please like, share and subscribe for more. In this video, we'll learn about implementing dark mode interface with Tailwind CSS inside of our React application. Dark mode has seen a lot of popularity and trending these days. Even GitHub and also YouTube has a dark mode implementation. Few recent months back, Tailwind introduced dark mode to its features, which can be seen into core concepts and dark mode. We'll go through this particular documentation right here and we'll implement dark mode using Tailwind CSS, and the thing that we are trying to build is something simple, which is this one. We can toggle on to the light mode and also go to dark mode. Behind the scene, I'll also add some components that's needed. For example, we have this particular navbar right here, and also maybe also we can add another component of toggle right here as well, and also maybe another component for this one as well. So I will go ahead and just do these components, and we'll get back implementing dark mode to our UI that we created. So if you're new to Tailwind CSS, I highly encourage to check out nerdcave.com Tailwind cheat sheet, where you can find the classes that we need. For example, background, and it gives us the background colors and all the related things that's provided out of the box with the Tailwind. So you can go to this particular URL right here, so that it's really easy for you to create a UI interface. Basically, I have already completed componentization of our components. I have something which looks like this one currently in the browser. So if we take a look at the code, then we have our src folder. By the way, I have used the React Tailwind starter. You can also find the repository to the link down below. And if you are interested, and inside our index.js, we just have our navbar, where we have our main navbar component right here, and also our app. So inside our app, we have this section that we created, and which is basically has the Tailwind classes and all the classes that we need. But we don't have any functionality to our toggle icons right here. And we have added images that's needed, and also made some components. The components that I've created are toggle.js. Basically, we will be toggling between the light mode and the dark mode using the local storage. We will also make the use of context API as well. So theme context, basically it's blank, and we'll be writing some functionality to generally see what's in the local storage, and update it according to the local storage. Whether it's a dark mode, we'll toggle it to light, and if it's a light, we'll toggle it to dark. And inside our navbar, we have basic the navbar, and here we have the toggle component right here, which sits right here. So let's start with theme context.js. Import React from React. We'll create a constant and call it get initial theme, and create a function where we can return the current theme that we have in the local storage. So if we have window, we can access the local storage with window.local storage. So we can write window.local storage. So if there is something in the window.local storage, we can create another constant and call it stored preference or stored prefs, so which can be accessed with if we go to the documentation, and inside our dark mode right here, we can see here that Windows local storage dot theme and local storage dot match media. So we can access the local storage with local storage dot get item, but we don't see anything right here. But we can see that it's adding the class of add and removing the class of add to our HTML element. So we'll kind of achieve the same, but with context API as well as our local storage. So windows window dot local storage dot get item, and the thing that we want to get is current theme. So if we have this type of stored preference that we have in the local storage is strictly is equal to string, and then we have we can return stored preference, and we have another if statement where we can check the this stuff right here, which generally tells us whether we have the match for dark or light. So dot matches, if it's you know dark, then we return dark, so we return this thing, and if not we will return light, which is this one. So basically this is it. So we can add another thing inside of our if block right here, where we can check the type of window is not is equal to undefined, and window the local storage yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we will create another constant where we can basically use some kind of provider from the context API so that we can check what's in our local storage and add and remove or set item and get item, which we can see right here, but it's using class list, but we'll be using set item and get item const and call it theme provider. This takes the initial theme and its children as prop. So initial theme and children, so basically children is everything what's inside, and then we'll make the use of our use state hook as well. So create a constant and call it theme and set theme. So these are the two things that we will make the use of our listening to our state. So dot use state, and we will pass the get initial theme right here, and let's create another constant and call it check theme. So basically the check theme takes so that we can remove and add items looking to the existing string that we have added to our local storage. So for before that one, we will create a constant for our document element. So call it window dot document dot document element, and another one constant and call it is dark, which is existing is strictly is equal to dark or dark, and we can now write a root dot class list dot remove is dark, and we will make the use of like ternary operator, where we can see that if it's dark you can change to light, and if it's light change to dark. So root class list, basically we are doing the same that we can see here, but with the help of ternary operators that's available, and also we are making the use of local storage as well. So add existing, So now we'll set our item, which can be done with local storage dot set item, and which is current theme, which is the same as we have here, and write existing. So if we have initial theme, we can check theme and check whether we have what we have in the initial theme as well, and we will also need to re-render our DOM in order there is and change. I mean, if we toggle on between the light and the dark, so for that re-rendering we need to make the use of user effect hook. So, and basically we want to take an eye on theme, and ultimately we also need to return some JSX. Basically we will return theme provider, theme context dot provider, and then close this provider. Yeah, okay. So inside our provider we will also want to destructure and take theme and also the th theme and set theme, and inside here whatever comes inside this as a children, basically it's the same that we can see here. So and ultimately we want to export our constant theme context and react dot create context. So basically this is it, how we can like create and maintain our current state with the help of context API. So we will move towards toggling our actions. So inside toggle we need to import theme context, theme from theme context, and inside here we will destructure our theme and set theme, and which make the use of react dot use context, and we have theme context here. Basically what we can do here is we can return whatever by checking the condition. For example, we can return some JSX like checking out the condition between theme. If it's dark, then we will render anything that's between here, and if it's not dark, then we can render anything between here. So basically this is what we are trying to do. I will add some buttons right here. Basically what it says is if we have theme is dark, then we render this button. If it's not, render this button. So we obviously need to add a different on-click handler to our buttons as well. So I will go ahead and place some buttons. Basically I've added some buttons and also made the use of some of the Tailwind classes, and we also have added some dark variant. We will definitely go to our dark variant, which is really thing to understand in order to understand dark interfaces in Tailwind. So we will now also need to add on-click handler to our buttons as well. For that one we can right click, and we'll basically like change our set theme. If the theme is dark, we will change it to light, and if it's light, we will change it to dark. We will also write the same on click to our another button as well. Basically there are two buttons, So we want to switch between those two buttons. Oh, basically the thing is we have created our a theme context provider, but we haven't wrapped our provider to our entire application where we can do it inside of index.js. So before moving on to that one, I would like to quickly take a look at the variants that are available for the dark mode. So as per the documentation, you can see that we can define Tailwind includes a dark variant that lets us to style inside of dark mode as well. So here we have dark BG, which is dark dot dot as a variant, and this is dark dot dot as a variant, and this is another variant. So generally speaking, we can add this variant inside in front of our classes to activate it inside of our dark mode. So to enable our dark mode, the options enable that we can enable inside our dark mode inside of our tailwind config.js, where we can see here that I have activated class. You can activate media or add it to false, where we don't generally use a dark mode and we don't import anything regarding dark mode inside our project. So I'm using the class, which is really highly recommended as per the documentation as well. So I will just go ahead and add some classes to our body. So maybe add a dark, and then we can use BG black. So in the dark mode, we have the background black. So it's that simple. Later on, if we just add these, so also we need to import the theme provider right here. The theme context that we made. So inside our theme context, we created our theme provider. So we will be wrapping this particular thing inside of our overall application inside of index.js, where we imported theme provider and wrapped our overall application, which is the body, to theme provider, so that we can listen to that particular changes, which is theme and set theme. And later on, we just added these two and also made the use of our context API to track our current theme right there as well. So inside our index, we added the theme provider. If you have also noticed, we have the dark BG black, and if we take a look at our browser right here, we can see the dark mode which is been activated. So if we also take a look at application and local storage, you can see the current theme, which is the default, is dark, and we can toggle on to light, and the local storage right here change to light and change to dark, change to light as well. And obviously we can add the white text to our dark mode right here, and this can also be implemented by using the dark variant. So we have this thing. So inside our app.js, we can write our dark and change the text to white. And if we hit on save and look here, it's been reflected and it changes to black and it changes to white. So I will also add some changes to our other text here with the help of the dark variant. So basically I've already added some dark variants that are needed for some h1 and other text right here. And if we take a look at the browser, then we can see first of all the light variant, and if you toggle on this dark variant, and if we take a refresh, it will start with the dark variant, and if we toggle on, it becomes light, and if we refresh, it starts with the light. So everything is working fine. We have made the use of local storage and context API alongside with the Tailwind dark UI inside of our React app. So guys, I think this video will be really helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys want to learn more about design and development, please like, share and subscribe with a click down below. I'll be trying to make more better videos. See you in the next one.